everyone, and welcome back to Nat's Scraps. I hope you've all had a wonderful inky kind of week and have been enjoying the end of the 30 days of sketches that has finally wrapped up on the channel. Today I am going to share the season greetings, and I can show you a little bit of the kit, show you what it's all about, and then I'm going to share a layout, so please stick around to the end. So I've got a layout I've created with the leftovers of my summer season greetings, and I would love to share that with you guys. So season greetings is all about mixing, being able to have a summer Christmas or a winter Christmas, depending on what side of the hemisphere you live in and what you would like to do. So we can see here, I should have pulled these out earlier, guys, that our sticker sheet has both some summery bits and pieces on it and some wintry bits and pieces on it. So we're able to mix and match, and each one of the papers has, this is the winter side here, and this is the summer side of that paper. So the layouts you can make will be winter or summer, depending on which side of the papers you use. So we've got some seashells on one and some snowflakes on the other. We have the green check and the pink check here, some squirrels or some lovely stripes for our summery side, and then we have baby it's cold outside, brr, winter wonderland, or a bright jingle shells, baby it's hot outside, sunny and bright on the other. So it's very much able to be used both ways. We have our winter snowmen and of course our summer sandmen. So it's beautiful and able to help with anybody who goes anywhere, and even for those guys in America who maybe have gone off to the Bahamas or some crazy place like that to enjoy their summer and have Christmas there, their summer, their winter. They do have this stamp set. Now there's lots of different options on the website what you can have, so you can buy the whole bundle that will get both lots of bits and pieces, or you can buy just the summer kit or the winter one. You can see there's a difference in the stamp set. So we have the Sandy and Bright, the jingle shells for our summer with our summer sandmen, and then we have the winter option too. I absolutely adore this little reindeer, and I can't wait to get that one out and make some little Christmas tags with that one. They also, in the workshop kits, have the difference in your acrylics. So one has all the little shells and jingle shells and brights, and the other one has snowflakes and bits and pieces. So depending on which kit you choose is what embellishments you can have there for the pages. Now I've only made up at this stage, I've made up the summer pages, and as I said, hold on to the end because I am going to share a page I have made with the leftovers of my summer kit. So these are the ones that come with instructions that you get to make step by step with the cutting guides and everything else. So this is the first one. I absolutely adore this lovely family and how bright and cheery this is. Perfect for anybody that goes off to the beach for Christmas or New Year's. And again, we've got this lovely cheery layout, the jingle shells here with our acrylic embellishment. So pretty. Oh, we've got a little heart. This I don't stick these all the way on until after I get my photos on, so they do move every now and then. So I will wait until after we've probably been down to the beach at New Year's and then use some of those photos. Here again, it's just lovely, bright. It really is such a nice change for a Christmassy kind of layout. And you also get a single page spread, and here we have the lovely snowmen down the bottom and this cute little overall with a space for lots of cute little photos down the side. So that is the one that I have made with the instructions. And then I'll bring this one in. This is the one we're going to make. So stick around, see the process. watch it through to the end, and let me know at the end what you think of this one. Okay, let's make this page now. So the first thing I did was I masked off about 2 inches up from the bottom of my page, and I bought in this stamp set that is called Writing in the Sand. I did check before I did this voiceover, and it is available at the time that I recorded this in the web store, so you can go down and check that out. It's a wonderful stamp set where you can make a beach scene that then you can write some sentiments in the sand on that beach scene. You can see here I am stamping that repeatedly over the bottom of the page, and then I'm going to come in with some green lagoon ink. So I've already stamped in the toffee for the sand part, and then I'm stamping with lagoon along that middle section. Now this I did again, I don't show it for the left hand side, but instead of starting on the left side, I started on the right side and worked the other way. Where those joins are, you can see I'm just coming in with a blending brush and just going over that a little bit just to soften up those joins. I will do a little bit more a little later on to disguise those. You will not see many of those joins once the whole layout is finished. I stamped heaps of the snowman and the crab there. Oh, I actually did one of each, I think. Sorry. I'm thinking of when I did the whole workshop, you do have to do quite a few. Now I'm going to show you how I colour these. Now this is not everybody's colouring. I am going in with a different colour to what I did them on the layout. I've actually gone and coloured this for you in post layout form. The reason being is that my marker went completely dry. So I'm using a different coloured marker here for the base. So generally use the same marker for the 3 tones. So I colour all of one section with that lightest tone in the markers. Now one of the great things about these tri-blend markers is they're available in individual colours. So if you run out of one colour, you can then go and buy it and replace just the one colour that you need. The tri-blends have a dark, which I've just ran down the side of that sandman or snowman. They have the medium that I'm put on there, and then the light. I find if I go around in little circles with the lighter over that medium, then it all kind of blends in and I get a really nice shade. Now, these are quite easy and intuitive because of the 3 colours in the one, and nice and easy to use. Here I'm going in with just a little bit of the blue, and I'll give you a shot here of the blender going in as well. The blender is a clear liquid and just softens some lines. So you can see there that the blue is kind of softened up. I'll show it more dramatically on this pom-pom. I'll go in just with that light colour, and you can see how there's quite a hard line into that white. Then I go in with the blender and I blend around and give it a few seconds to start absorbing, and you can see how that has sort of blended out and just gives a really nice faded shade. You can do that with any of the colours, and it's quite good to put like highlights on balloons and things like that. I'm going in with the coral last, and I'm going to just add a little bit of highlight in through there, and that is pretty much my colouring of my snowman. Here I have the crab, and I'm going to start with the darkest one first this time. I'll go around. I'm putting that dark around the outside of his shell, the ends of his pincers, and sort of just where he's connected to his body. And you can see this is quite quick and easy. This is a little bit sped up, but not much. So it is quite quick and easy. I'm then going to go in with the lighter color there and fill that whole area in, and then the medium in between that dark and light, and blend the 3 together. That gives me like a nice shade on the top of the shell, but on the pincers they're so tiny, so I just go in with the light between those 2 dark patches that I've popped there, and that is done. Now the little lights are done with a few different colors and a little bib and bob of everything here and there, but that is pretty much how I have done the crabs. Now the other element that I've got on the page is lots of the little snowmen. So one of the papers has the little snowmen all over it. The other side has, or well, sandmen I should keep saying. I keep calling them snowmen, but they're definitely not snowy. The other side does have the snowmen on it. This side is the sandmen. And I cut out lots of those and some palm trees and some of those tiny little crabs that we will use when we put the page together. I also had a piece of toffee cardstock that I popped that sand back onto. With the toffee ink, I stamped over that piece and tore that up to make a little island, and you'll see that in a moment when we skip to where I've put sort of my elements together on the page and started moving things around. Here you can see I kind of skipped a little bit here. With a little texture stamp, I'm just adding some little sand dots to my largest snowman, and I'm also have gone and cut some photo mats and some of that some strips. So I'll walk through each of those pieces. The strips right at the bottom there that I'm just moving now are zip strips of one of the papers that I had left over from the kit. There's a little bit of the coloured paper that I cut, just the coloured stripe paper I cut really thin. I've also done 4 photo mats that I've used Lagoon, and I have put some photo placeholders on the top, and I'm now just cutting out some thongs from some leftover paper. I'm doing it off screen, which is not that helpful for you guys, but I just trim those little pieces of thongs out of some paper. I also skipped that I had stamped and coloured in the thongs from the stamp set that you can see near my Sandman there. I've kind of splattered them around. You can see the little island on the right side that I've made, and you can see here that I'm bringing in some of the acrylic shapes that are left over in the acrylic set. So these are all left over from the kit, guys. So I haven't got a second set out or anything like that. They're just leftover bits and pieces from the set. I'm just coming in, seeing where they are. None of this is actually stuck down as yet. They're all just there, and I'm kind of working out where I'm going to put them. The paper that's at the top underneath those photo mats is a little bit of the shell paper that I cut to around 2 inches thick up the top. Now I'm looking at it thinking there's way too much white space up there for my liking, and I want to sort of soften that off a little bit. So I've brought in the Glacier ink, and I'm just placing, actually I think it might be a Lagoon, guys. I might be lying to you there. I think it might be Lagoon. My apologies. I'm bringing that Lagoon ink, and I'm sort of putting a little bit of that above where those photos are and on the end of that shell paper, and that just softens up all that white area up the top. Here I'm doing 2-tone stamping, so I've gone into the Lagoon ink and inked the bottom half of this stamp up. In Toffee ink, I've inked up the top half, and I've stamped that straight onto my page up the top there, and that is the small detail Sandy and Bright. Here I'm going to start attaching everything to the page. I pop that zip strip on and remove those little pieces of tape from there. This is the shell paper I was talking about, and I'm going to make sure that that is sitting just above my waves. And you can see here when I go to pop this down that I left a little bit of gap, so I'm adding just a little bit more of the blended ink at the top there. The photo mat will cover it anyway, but I just wanted to go back in. Now I did think I was going to put this one on an angle, and I got it there and went, no, not working for me, can't do it, I need to straighten it up. So I come back in and straighten those up. And then I'm going to place this little one on an angle and tuck my islands in behind. Oh, first I'm going to pop these up onto foam tape. So I have my Sandman here. I'm adding a little bit of foam tape to the back of him. And you will notice when I pop him on the page, I don't really make allowances for his hand. So I kind of pop him down and his hand is hanging off into the distance. I'm going to have to come back and we'll fix that a little bit later, but I kind of don't notice for a little while, and then it is very noticeable to me a little bit later. You can see there that thinner Sandman actually covers one of those joints between where the stamping in the sand, so that's really nice, and that would have been in a really prominent position, so that takes away that obvious join that was there. I'm adding those little thongs just with a little bit of the tape runner. And these acrylics, which are such a beautiful shade of blue, they are really, really gorgeous. They do have some engraving. I think I hold them up on the other page a little bit. They some of them are slightly etched on one side, which is really, really pretty, but they are just such a soft, beautiful shade of blue, and so pretty. I absolutely adore them. Here you can see I'm just adding a little bit of the lagoon ink to the bottom of my island so that it looks a bit like it's running into that water, not just floating on the page, and taping another little island behind. I do like all these little snow or sandmen that I cut out. How many more times am I going to call them the snowman, guys? Probably 50,000. I hope someone's counting. Please leave a note down below how many times I stuff up there. I do really like them. I think they're so cute. They've got so much character, and there's a few different designs that are repeated on the paper. So it was nice to have those few different designs to be able to add to the page. So popping those there, and of course that little crab that I'm just going to hang off the side of the island there. He's kind of slowly creeping his way up that island. Here my glue is running out and I'm getting very frustrated, so I throw that to the side and get a different bottle to put on a little acrylic starfish over that side. Now you will notice that I had little shoes or little thongs that I had cut out over there. I just moved one up onto that island. For the life of me, I couldn't find the other one. I had a good look around. I can see it in the replay on the video. It's up in the top right hand corner of the page, but I could not find it at the time, so I just left it sitting there until I knew I had two thongs to put on the page, and didn't have a single one. So pretty much here I'm repeating what I've done on the right hand page. So I'm going to try not bore you too much with this. I'm going to pop a couple of little bits on, and then we're going to fast forward through to the finishing bits on the page, because I really don't think you guys want to sit through all the same things time and time again. Okay, so here these are the small pieces on the other side that I'm adding on with a little bit of tape and some glue dots, and that is the majority of the page completed. Here, these are the inside, so they had a pair of the white acrylic glasses and a pair of the blue acrylic glasses, so I swapped out the lenses. So this white pair looks like it's got some blue lenses, which I thought was rather cute and a little bit different to use up what otherwise would probably be scrap. Okay, so I'm now having a little bit of a look around. I do find that missing thumb, and I do realize that my page, my sandman, I nearly said it, sandman is off the page, so I'm just going to move him over a little bit. I cut a bit of that out because it took way too long and was way sillier than what it should have been, and get those two thongs on as well. One of the last things I do is I actually go and put a little bit of a border around this page. So I've drawn in around about 1/2 inch all the way around 3 sides on each of the page, and I'm looking at it and I like that finish. I like that I've put the border, but I feel like it might have looked nice if it was mounted up. And then I think, you know what, if I did mount it onto another piece of paper, then it's going to be something that's quite bright behind it, and I liked how soft the page is, so I just masked off around those edges and brought in that lagoon ink again, and just doing a little bit of blending around those corners and adding that little bit of color, which makes it look like it's actually 2 layers of paper, but it's not. It's one. So this is a great use to get more out of your paper without having to layer it up. Keep your albums from being too thick as well, and it worked really, really well. So guys, I've got a few close-ups here at the end to pop there for you, but as they come on, I just want to say a big thank you guys for watching, all your comments and that. Please, if you're liking my videos, please subscribe to the channel. Every time you hit that, somebody hits that subscribe channel, I'm one person closer to my goals, and it really does help Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.